Hello, it is Wednesday, 2nd of July, how time flies. And for once it's not too hot. We've had a bit of a heat wave here again, and I've been absolutely melting all week. But the weather turned yesterday and it has rained today. All the windows are open and it's actually, in here it's still too warm, but it's a lot cooler than it was. So I'm a bit happier than I have been, which is nice. And I've also just had a lovely morning with my friend Kath, who's come round for a cup of tea and some cake and just a lovely catch up. And she's just told me before leaving that she watches my podcast sometimes. So hi Kath. I didn't know that anyone I actually know watched this, so it's just a lovely little thing. Maybe slightly self-conscious as well, but no, it's really nice. So yay. If anyone else who I know in real life watches this, pop a comment on or just send me a message or something and let me know. I would honestly really love to know that. Anyway, for those of you who do not know me in real life, I am Jenny. Hello. I am a crocheter and spinner and generally crafty kind of person who lives in Harrogate in North Yorkshire in the UK. I have a husband and a child and a cat, and one or more of them may show up at some point. The cat often makes an appearance, but she's been a bit out of sorts with the weather, so she might not today. And you might hear the husband in the background because he is working from home, but we will keep the background noise to a minimum, of course. I'm very hay fevery today. It's affecting my asthma and making me really snuffly and stuff. So if there's a lot of heavy breathing, it's fine. I'm okay. It's just the hay fever. It's annoying, but never mind. As ever, there will be timestamps in the description box, and hopefully they'll show up along the progress bar of the video along the bottom, so you can move from section to section easily if you would like to do that. There will also be links, many links in the description box, all the places that you can find me, links to anyone I talk about, any businesses I mention, my Ravelry project pages for all the projects I talk about today, all of that kind of thing. Basically, if you want to know something, check the description box. And if I haven't put it in there, comment or message me and I shall get back to you as soon as I can. I think that's all the housekeeping. So, important business, first of all, my giveaway from last time for making it to 50 subscribers, exciting times. It's a very easy thing to choose the winner because only one of you commented. Gillian, my love, Stitchcraft by Gillian. Thank you very much and congratulations, you have won this giveaway. Well done. You have won where is it? All this stuff, the pattern and the needle felting kit and the other little bits and bobs that are in there. And I have spun, and I've put it down and now I can't find it. Here it is. I have spun the yarn that I said I would spin. I will talk about that a little bit more when we get to the spinning section. But it's here, it's spun up and ready and waiting for you. Gillian is especially lucky because she is also the winner of the first prize draw of my Summer Sad Make Along, which I announced yesterday on Instagram. So yeah, when I get my act together and get everything packaged up and sent out, she's going to get a bumper parcel from me. So yeah, well done Gillian. Thank you very much for taking part in everything and getting involved. Yeah, again, it makes me happy. So yay. On the subject of the make along, it's still running. It's running right up until the end of September. So if you haven't entered yet, or if you have but you'd like to enter again, please do. You can enter as many times as you like. Entry is via Instagram. Just post about your creations on there and make sure you mention me so that I see your post, because otherwise I won't. Instagram is rubbish for that kind of thing at the moment. But if you mention me, then it'll tag me and send me a notification, so I will see it that way. God, I'm gonna have to cough in a minute. I will link the... There's a background noise and I can't work out what it is. Oh, I'm really distractible this morning. There's a dedicated video about the make along, is what I'm trying to say, so I will link that in the description. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and check that out, and let me know if you're going to join in. It'd be lovely to have you on board. I'm going to cough, back in a minute. Right, that's better. I can sort of breathe again now. Oh, it's so pathetic. Right, I've got quite a lot to tell you about, I think, so I'm going to dive straight into the projects. First of all, I can show you a random spray bottle that's living in that bag, and I can't remember why. Oh dear, you can see why I call it chaos, can't you? Because it's just, half the time I've got no idea what I'm doing. Finished project. This is, in fact, no, get my words in order and start again. This is the Moonlit shawl that I have been making for my very wonderful, very crochet worthy mother-in-law. And it's really long, so I can't show you it in one shot, but I go from one end all the way to the other. You can see it's got this lovely gradient going on. Quite a subtle gradient for the most part. The last colour, which I did for the border, feels a little bit bright compared to the rest, but overall I'm happy with it, and I think she will be too. So yeah, I can deliver that tonight. My son is going to Hesper tea after school today, so we'll be picking him up later, so I can take this with me and finally hand it over. She's been waiting very patiently for it. It shouldn't have taken as long as it did. I think I mentioned last time it's a really simple pattern, and I have made it 3 times before, and yet I managed to mess up twice. I've had to frog this twice and start again. And the first time I was almost halfway through, so that was really irritating. But I got it done eventually, and I'm very happy with it. I love the edging. Oh, that's too low. There you go. I don't know how well that's showing up. I always find red a little bit tricky, but I do love the border on this. I think it's really pretty. The pattern is by Sandra Hart. No, that's not her name. Sandra Paul of Cherry Heart. Dear me. Is it a paid pattern or a free one? I cannot remember. If it is a paid pattern, it's well worth it though, because it is really lovely. It is written in such a way, there's hang on, try and say this right. I will get my act together eventually. It is written in such a way that it can be made either in 4-ply yarn, as this is, or in DK. If you follow the instructions as the pattern is written, you will end up with the same size whichever weight of yarn you use, which is just very clever. I am slightly blown away. Yeah, I've only made it in 4-ply so far. I might do a DK version at some point. Excuse me. It is also quite easy I haven't done it, but it is written in such a way that it should be very easy to customise the length of it, and actually it will customise the width, the depth of it as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would work out fairly easily. So it's very customisable. I think it's the perfect size already. But I mean, not for me. I like a really deep wrap, shawl, whatever. But for a lightweight summer scarf, or if you made it in wool, a nice winter scarf, it's lovely, it's perfect. And yeah, my mother-in-law, I think, is going to be very, very happy with it. I can't wait to take it over to her tomorrow. I need to take some pictures first. Tonight, this afternoon. Yeah, get some pictures taken and then I can hand it over, which will be lovely. The yarn I have used, have I got the label hanging around still? I think I do. Yes, I do. The yarn, oh my god. The yarn I have used is from a company called Yarn for You, who I discovered because my husband Kelvin bought some yarn for me from them a few years ago now, probably. I don't know, longer ago than I think. I always forget this, whether it's 100% cotton or a blend. But let me check. It is. I have not written it down. I have not written it down, so I don't know. It's either 100% cotton or it's a cotton acrylic blend, one or the other. But they specialise in that particular fibre and in colour changing gradient cakes. One of the things, the main thing I really, really like about them is that you can choose how much yarn you want, the weight of the yarn, and you can choose your own colours. They've got lots of creaky chair, sorry, I really need a new chair. Lots of preset colourways available, you know, ready for purchase. But you can also make up your very, very own colourway using their tool that they have built into the website, which is what I've done here. So I can tell you the colours that have been used for anyone who would like to know. So yeah, this is a 4-ply yarn, 500 metre cake, and I've got the tiniest bit left. So tiny that I can't find it, because I worked out in advance how much I would need, so I just ordered as close as I could get to the exact amount. I think I deliberately overestimated slightly, but tiny amount. And the colours that I used are colour 200, colour 205 and colour 610, and then they have put all that together for me. And you can choose again which order they go in as well, so it's entirely up to you, which I just think is fantastic. Yeah, they put it all together, they cake it up, and they send it to you, ready to use, and you get your very own custom colourway, which is just wonderful. I've completely I've said all that in a really garbled, mangled, slightly crazy fashion, so I don't know if I've told you everything that I need to. If I've missed any details, I need to slow down. If I have missed any details, they will be on the project page that is linked for you, so you can find out everything you need to know. And again, if I've missed something, just ask and I will tell you. It has just occurred to me, I'm not sure whether I took my inhaler this morning. So I've just been to do that, and hopefully I'll be a little bit less breathless now. Right, second finished project to show you. I am not going to put this on because even though it is cooler today, it is still too warm for an acrylic and mohair jumper. This is very definitely a winter jumper, and honestly I cannot wait until winter when I can wear it, because it's so soft and so cozy, and I'm going to really enjoy it, I can tell. This is covered in fluff, the Solstice Sweater pattern, brand new pattern from Shelley at Brambles and Heart. I had the pleasure of being one of the testers for it, which was very, very enjoyable. As ever, there was a lovely, lovely group. We all had a lot of fun chatting about our progress along the way and comparing yarn choices and all of that sort of thing. And I am so pleased with how this has turned out. It's my first time using mohair. Using it on a full-scale jumper without checking how I feel about it might have been a mistake, but I think it's going to be okay. And because this is very definitely a winter jumper, I will be wearing it over long-sleeved things anyway, so if there is any itch, it shouldn't really be an issue. And yeah, it's just gorgeous. I will put up some pictures here that I took for the testing. You've probably already seen them on Instagram, but I'll pop them up here for you again, just because, yeah, I'm not trying it on today. It's really simple design, works up really quickly, lovely stitch pattern. Let me hold it a bit closer so you can hopefully see the stitch pattern a little bit. Obviously the mohair makes everything a little fuzzy. Yeah, simple but effective. Looks really pretty. This yarn is, you can probably tell it's a self-striping one because it's, you can tell that the yarn's sort of done that itself rather than me deliberately doing colour changes. Quite a lot of striped versions actually in the testing, and I think they all look really good. I don't think I was the only one to use colour changing yarn. I think there's a couple more like that, but also there were some deliberately striped versions which look absolutely stunning. And the yarn that I used, I held, let me get this right, Yarnsmith's Lagoon in Gyola, possibly, colour number 2J070. Held with a strand of Scapier's Mohair Rhythm, which is lace weight, in 683, which is Tango. Just because I wanted that fuzz, but also to get the just to make the yarn a little thicker, because the pattern is written for, I think it's written for Aran weight, because my tension is always really loose. I always end up to get gauge, I always have to tweak yarn and hook sizes and things. So I had a bit of leeway basically with the yarn weight. So thought I'd add in that little strand of lace weight just to make it that little bit extra cozy, and I'm so glad that I did, because it really is lovely. The only place that I didn't use the mohair was on the cuffs. I thought I'd leave it off there, and again I think that's it was a good decision, really is. It's a nice little just makes the cuffs that bit more obvious, I think, sort of a little bit different. And also, if this does touch my skin everywhere, that's going to be where it touches, so again it will just be taking away that risk of any potential itchiness. So yeah, another finished project, really super happy, and now that I've shown you I can tuck it away for winter, put it away with all my winter things, and look forward to wearing it. So it looks huge. Crochet garments always look massive, and I know I'm not a small person, but still, it's not a confidence boost, let's put it that way. Was there anything else I was going to tell you about that? Don't think I was. Again, everything's in the page for it anyway. Yeah, just that the pattern has been released now, so go and buy it. Make your own jumper. Yeah, it's lovely. Okay, I'm just going to give you a very quick update on this one because not a huge amount has changed. Again, the weather's been too warm really to want to work on this too much. But I have completed another repeat of my Stella Shawl, which I am hoping to complete as part of the Advents of Summer make-along being run by Laura of Folk Yarn Studio and The Lonely Knitter here on YouTube. Still really enjoying the pattern when it's not too hot to work on. And yeah, I think the rows are now getting to a point where they are significantly shorter than they were at the beginning, so it's getting quicker and quicker. And yeah, working through my Advent yarn very steadily. This is using the 2023 Advent from Vicky Brown Designs. 2024 Advents are still sat in my stash waiting for me to get to them. I have plans. And then the black is Yarnsmith's Merino sock in just black. So yeah, again, love it. Just wanted to give you a quick progress update on that one. More details below. Okay, another finished project and another bit of testing. How cute is he? This is Billie the Badger. He was a pattern test for... I'm forgetting your name, I'm very sorry. Literally just finished this as well, you'd think I'd be able to remember. HLM Crochet, I think, is the Instagram handle. I saw the testicle for this and just had to get involved. My husband's favourite animal is badgers, so I thought I'd make him one. This has been another fantastic testing experience. A very small group of testers, which was really nice actually. It made it so that the group chat on Instagram wasn't too chaotic, too hectic. It was just enough that the conversation kept going without being constantly overwhelmed with messages. That was really nice. Yeah, really well written pattern, and as well as the amigurumi badger base, you get this little cardigan, which has sort of turned into a summer shirt for my one, and you get a hat and scarf and a headband. I think there's a heart applique for the cardigan and a little flower to put on the headband as well. So there's a lot in the pattern, a lot of options. You could make Billie a whole little set of outfits if you wanted to. I was going to, and then I ran out of time, just with one thing and another. But I think he looks very smart in his little shirt. The pattern is designed for like plush chenille yarn and chunky yarn. I didn't have any in the right colours. The designer was very happy for us to use whatever yarn we wanted, as long as we let her know what we'd used. So I've used, for the black and the white, it's Stylecraft Special Aran, and for the grey it's Stylecraft Special again, but it's DK just held double to make it roughly the right weight. And then the cardigan, jacket, shirt, whatever you want to call it, is from it's most of a 10-gram mini of sock yarn, 4-ply sock yarn from Vicky Brown Designs again, actually. It's her second mention already this episode. And And yeah, I'm just really pleased with him. He's really cute. And Kelvin is very happy with him as well. I hadn't told him I was doing it at all. I just sort of finished it and went, here you go, have a present. Yeah, nice little surprise for him. And he's just really sweet. Again, this pattern has been released now. I think it was released just this past week. So I will, of course, link to the designer's Instagram page and so on down in the description, so you can head off and get your hands on the pattern and make your own little badger. She has come to say hello after all. Oh, she's just been outside and she's covered. What are you covered in? Is that cobweb? You've been walking through cobwebs? I don't know. What's she like? Mad. Anyway, another finished project. Didn't realise quite how many finished things I had to show you. Let me just clear the spider webs off the cat. Hang on. Seriously. I think I mentioned it last time, possibly the time before, possibly even the time before that I wanted to make a little something for my friend Lindsay. She's just had her birthday, but I haven't given this to her yet because I've not. I saw her the week before her birthday. I'll talk more about that later. But this wasn't quite ready. Leave the keyboard alone and stop sniffing things. Yeah, this wasn't quite ready then, so I thought I'd keep it until after her birthday. What have you been licking? I swear, she's a menace. Here it is. Here is what I have made for Lindsay. This is the Little Drop of Wonderful, which is a free pattern from Ali at Little Drops of Wonderful here on YouTube and Instagram. Her Instagram account is now called the same. Are you about to be awkward and want to be let out, or are you going to behave yourself? Don't know. But yeah, I wanted to make this for Lens because she is a huge drop of wonderful in my life. So I have made one small addition. I've put a little granny square pocket on the back because there is a poem. She's being a right menace. There is a poem that goes with this pattern, and I want to write it out for Lindsay. And I thought it'd be nice to put it on a little slip of paper and just tuck it in the pocket on the back so she can just get it out whenever she wants it, or she could keep other little things in there. I don't know. Yeah, I just think it's really cute. It's just really sweet. And it wouldn't, I've done mine blue, like a water drop, but you could do any colour really. I very nearly did a yellow one, so it would be like a little droplet of sunshine or something. Maybe I'll do that for someone else. Or another one for Lindsay at some point, I don't know. Make her a whole collection. And again, this could be any size depending on what yarn you use. This is Stylecraft Special DK. Again, I can't remember the colour name, but again it'll be in the project page. So yeah, it's what worked out sort of hand-sized, palm-sized, which is nice. It worked quite well as like a little stress ball, actually. If she wants it to, or it can just sit on her mantelpiece and look cute. You've got them in your whiskers as well. Swear to God, she's a menace. What's the thing? Yeah, just sit on a mantelpiece and look cute and remind her that, yeah, she's an awesome friend. There we go. Didn't realise quite how many things I'd finished in the last few weeks, but it's lovely. I'm feeling very accomplished. Okay, back to works in progress. It's my latest commission. I've been commissioned by Ned. I will get paid in cuddles. Ned's my son. He is 9 years old, and he's just the sweetest little thing sometimes. this has come about because he's got a new little soft toy which was gifted to him by one of my wonderful vendors at my latest market, which I will tell you all about in the life update section later on. But yeah, she's given him one of the little plushies that she makes, just because he was a superstar and was helping out. He's decided it's a tadpole. I don't know if it's supposed to be a tadpole, but it fits. Let's go with it. Because it's really little. He has it in his bed, but he's really worried he's going to lose it, like down the side of the bed or something. So he's been tucking it into a little basket that I made years ago for him. But it's a bit meh. And it is quite a small basket, so we can't really fit any other teddies in with it, which he wants to do because he's just adorable. I swear, that boy is just so sweet. So I said I'd make him a new, bigger basket for his teddies. Having looked at this, I'm not sure how successful it's being. Actually, it's not working out quite as stiff as I had hoped it would. But maybe once I've got a bit more done, it will be okay. We'll see. Discovered this pattern on Etsy. This is the Calabash House pattern by Dasha House, and I am, I think, approaching halfway through. I need to try and hold it in such a way that sort of shows it. It's actually a cat cave. I'll try and find a pattern and put that up for you as well. A picture. I will get a picture and put that up on the screen as well, so you can see how it's supposed to end up looking. I'm not sure that this is working out stiff enough. I might have to frog it and remake it with something else, but we'll see how I go. Could always, if it won't stand up on its own, could maybe like hook it from the ceiling or something, and then if he wants something to sit in the bed, I could make him an extra one. I don't mind making things for Ned. He usually appreciates them. I am using this rather wonderful yarn, which is the ribbon yarn from Hobby. I've had this in my stash for a very, very, very long time. The colours that I'm using are a dark purple, although it doesn't look all that dark on screen. It's maybe a little bit darker in real life. Dark purple and dark red, just because that's what I've got available. Bird song. And yeah, I didn't have quite enough to make it all in one colour, so I've done purple at the bottom, I'm doing red around the sides, and then when that runs out I shall finish it off in purple as well, so it'll be kind of colour blocky sort of effect. This is what's making me worry that it's not going to stand up. I'm hoping that once it starts joining back together at the front here, where the opening is, that'll help it stay up, but we shall see. I've gone down a hook size actually for these rows because I realised it was a bit floppier than I wanted it to be. So we shall see. Watch this space. I shall hopefully, that looks ridiculous, hopefully have it finished well before my next episode, so I'll be able to show you how it ends up one way or another. But yeah, it's just a quick little thing I'm attempting to whip up nice and quickly for Ned, and hopefully he will be happy with it. It's difficult to please a 9-year-old boy sometimes, it really is, but no, he is really crochet worthy though. Don't know if you remember, actually I made him a jumper earlier this year, sometime maybe the end of last year. I think that was another pattern by Brambles and Heart actually. It's definitely a pattern test anyway. He wasn't really sure about it to begin with, but said he wanted to keep it and try it. He loves that jumper now. He wears it all the time, even when it's too hot for a jumper. So yeah, He does appreciate it. He doesn't always show it, but he does appreciate me making things for him. It's lovely. Okay, another work in progress. I can't remember whether I'd started this last time I spoke to you, but I know that I had at least said I was going to. Yeah. This is my new summer weight granny hexicardi. But it's really hard to say. I don't really know why. Granny hexicardigan pattern. As you can see, it doesn't really look like much other than a floppy bit of vaguely hexagon shaped yarn at the moment. It's taking me a little while to work this one up. I'm not enjoying it as much as I did the last one that I made. I'm not quite sure why. It might be because I'm using quite a big hook. I'm a small hook kind of person usually, but I wanted to use a big one for this because I want it to be, what's happened here? I want it to be really, really light and loose and drapey. So there we go, that's better. So yeah, I'm using this lovely glittery gradient cotton, which is 4-ply. I'm using a 5mm hook with it. Yeah, it's a bit above my comfort zone with hooks, which means it's not as pleasant to work with, but it is making, I mean, look at the drape on that. It's just, yeah, it's going to be lovely to wear when I do finish it. Just might take me a little longer than I want it to. But it is a good, like, it's a very simple, easy pattern. So when I do feel like working on it, it goes quite fast. And I don't really need to think all that much. As long as I mark my corners, then I'm all good. What else was I going to say about it? I think I'm reaching, actually, the point. Let me see if I can fold it. Let me get the fold right. One like that, I think. Is it that one and that one? Yeah, there we go. Yes, I think I'm at the point now, almost at the point now where I can count that as, no, that's not right. That's not right at all. That point there, we go. What was I saying? Why can't I get this right? I've just had to pause that and sort it out because I just couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. I didn't have it folded correctly at all. What I was trying to say is that I think I am almost still doing this wrong. I think I am almost at a point where I can stop increasing the hexagon. I think it's about the right size to be able to seam the two halves together. It's not going to work, but I tried. Which means hopefully it'll move a bit more quickly again, because I'll feel like I'm nearly done. Obviously I'll need to make the other side, but yeah, if this one's the right size, then I know how many rows I need for the second one, so I can just crack on with that. Once that's done, seam them together, and then it's just a case of making it longer, finishing off the sleeves. We shall see. It is coming, and I will finish it. I want to be able to wear it this summer, because we are, I think, due, well, I don't know about like any forecasts, but it's only the beginning of July. We are pretty much guaranteed to get another few spells of really hot weather, so I need nice, light, airy things to wear. Because yes. I may have mentioned once or twice in the past that I don't get on well with the heat. This is the yarn that I am using. I've got plenty of it, which is good. Let me just tuck that back in there before it escapes. But this is it in the original cake, so you can see just how lovely it is. I might have enough to make 2. I don't know. We shall see. This is from Hobby again. It's the Cotton Kings Sultan Deluxe Shine. It is 100% cotton, and each cake is 200 grams, which I think works out at 800 metres. So plenty of it. If I don't quite have enough to make 2 hexicardis, then I'll certainly have enough left over to make something else with. I had originally intended to use this to make some mandala wall hangings to put on that wall, so that's what I might do with the leftovers. We shall see. Haven't decided yet. We'll see what I've got left. I think that's all I was going to say about that one. There is one more project which I forgot to write down. Very nearly forgot all about. I can't show you the item itself. I'll have to put a picture up for you because it is packed away, ready to be posted off to Gillian, because it is the main part of the prize for that first prize draw of my make along. I have made, I'm completely blowing my own trumpet here, a really gorgeous bee amigurumi. It has worked out so well. Can't take all the credit, obviously. It's not my pattern. So hats off to the designer, because it was really well written and it's worked up really nicely. So happy with it. It's a free pattern from graceandyarn.com. So I will of course link below, as with everything else. And I have made it using Drops Muscat, which is again is another 100% cotton yarn. I don't usually use cotton for amigurumi. I actually prefer making them in acrylic, but I didn't have a yellow in acrylic, so cotton it is, and it does look really good, so I am happy with it. I will say though that cotton for amigurumi is accepted as a very good option. Lots of people use cotton. I don't recommend Drops Muscat for amigurumi or anything where you need to use quite a small hook with it. It's lovely yarn, it looks gorgeous, it feels gorgeous, the colour range is amazing, it splits like mad. I think with a bigger hook and a looser gauge it'd be fine. If I was using it to make something like the hexicardi, for example, that'd be okay. For something where you want nice, neat, tight stitches and you're trying to use a small hook with it, no, it's not fun. Not fun at all. The black in particular split like crazy. Yeah, there are some bits where I've just had to accept that is what has happened. It's fine. It's worked out okay. Most of it's quite neat. But yeah, it wasn't the most fun that I've ever had. I kept going because it was looking good and I knew I wanted to finish it. But yeah, I think I will not be using Drops Muscat for amigurumi again. Other things, absolutely, it is lovely yarn, not for amigurumi. Right, that is all my crochet projects that are currently on the go. So what is next? Next. So I'm going to say this very quietly because you might hear me otherwise. I am intending to make a big blanket for Kelvin. He is just across the hall. I've just heard him come back upstairs, so I can't say this too loud because he will hear me talking. Keeps moving around. So that's my next big project. I need to properly plan it. I don't know for certain. Oh no, he's gone back downstairs, it's okay. I don't know for certain if this is definitely going to come to fruition because it is going to be a lot of work. not just in the actual crocheting side of things, but in terms of designing as well. I'm going to have to put a lot of design work into it, which is fine. I just don't know if what's in my head will actually translate into a finished item. I want to make him a Warhammer themed blanket. His main hobby is painting Warhammer miniatures and then also playing the Warhammer tabletop games with his brother mostly, but other people too. And he's been doing that for a few years now. It's definitely stuck as a hobby and I'm not massively interested, but I do like looking at the models. They're very pretty. And I just think it'd be nice to make something that goes along with that. Yeah, it'd be nice for him to have his own blanket too. So other project, very special, exciting project coming up. Oh dear, that's come unstuck from the wall. Is a sorry about the chair. I need to not move. What have I done with the yarn? Oh my god, everything's falling over now. I am collaborating. This has been a long time coming. Sorry, rustling around. With my local independent yarn shop, which is called Yarn Etc. in Harrogate, run by the very, very lovely Fee, who has become a good friend in recent months. And also with the gorgeous Gemma of Yorkshire Indie, who I'm sure you will have heard me mention before. Definitely a good friend. We've been out drinking together, so that's it now. Gemma asked me ages ago if I would make her a crocheted plant hanger. She's got, she wants to hang a plant up in her bathroom. I think she says eucalyptus, but she might have changed her mind. It doesn't really matter. The point is she wants to hang a plant in her bathroom and she wants a crocheted plant hanger with which to do that. So we have taken a lot of time finding the perfect plant pot. Doesn't really matter because it's going to be mostly covered, and the perfect colour yarn. She wants it to reflect her brand colours. So the wonderful Fee of Yarn Etc. has helped with the yarn choices. I said I wanted cotton specifically because it won't stretch as much, and she has found me this amigurumi DK, and this is in the teal colour, which goes really, really well with Gemma's brand colours. And I've got some black yarn as well, which isn't, I think that's rainbow cotton from Hobby again. And yeah, I'm going to start working on that very soon. That little skein of yarn was a what's the word I'm looking for? A sort of a sample while we were choosing colours. So I'm just waiting for waiting for the rest of the yarn to be ready. Fee says she can bring it round, but I think Kelvin is heading over that way this week anyway, so hopefully he'll be able to pick it up for me and then I can get started. I already know which pattern I'm going to use. It will be one from Sixthall Design, one of the ones she's had out for years. I can't remember the name of it, but once I get everything set up, then there will of course be a project page and I'll link everything on there. But yeah, I'm really, really excited about this project. It's going to be really lovely. It's combining my love of mosaic crochet with my love of gothy, alternative, witchy things, with my love of making things for my friends, with my love of supporting independent yarn shops. It's, you know, everything. It's got everything good going for it. So yeah, I just need the yarn, the rest of the yarn, and then I can get going. Super exciting. another thing which I meant to prepare for and I haven't done is I've actually cleared down again, not deliberately, just sort of happened to have cleared down the number of active works in progress that I've got going on at the moment. So I thought I would return to my spinny wheel of hibernating whips and pull one of those back out of the hibernation pile and work on that. So I'm going to pause just to check that I have got the wheel set up properly, that there isn't anything on there that shouldn't be, and then I'll spin that with you. I might tweak it slightly because there's a couple of quite heavy blankets on there. I don't really want to be working on them at the moment, but maybe I'll leave them on and just crack on with them anyway. Anyway, I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I've got it set up. There were things on there that didn't need to be, and there weren't things on there that did need to be, so but yeah, I've got it sorted. I think just turn the screen brightness up so you can see, and go. Ta-da, turtle baby blanket. Yeah, turtle baby blanket. Oh, I've not worked on that in ages. Right, let me see if I can find it and I'll show you about it. Show you about it? Show you it. Tell you about it. Something. I'll go grab it. Hang on. Right, first of all, how gorgeous is this box? This is a Crochet Society subscription box from ages ago. I don't even know when. There's a book in here, it might say. Is the book in here? The book is not in here because I wasn't actually using it anymore. So yeah, I don't know when this set was from. I do know that I went completely off piste with this one. I may have used one or more of the patterns in the booklet with something else. I honestly can't remember, but I did keep the yarn. Oh no, I did use some of it because one of the patterns was a little turtle amigurumi pattern, and I've just found a teeny baby turtle that I made. I'm not really keen on the shape of the shell. I don't know if I just overstuffed it or if the pattern made it that properly. I don't know. It is quite cute. But that inspired me to use this yarn for something else turtle related, because I love turtles. They're one of my favourite animals. And yeah, oh, you'll see in a minute, but the yarn is Stylecraft Bambino. I don't even know if they still do this. This is what came in the box ages ago, and the colours are, does it say the colour name on here? We've got Clotted Cream, which will be that one, I think. And we've got Vintage Blue, lovely pastel-y. Not my usual vibe at all. I like pastel colours, they're just not, they're not me. Yeah, that's what we've got. And so I decided to make a baby blanket out of individual panels of filet crochet in a turtle design. Hopefully that's showing up okay. I can't really see. You can just about see that it's a turtle, can't you? If that's not showing up well, I'll take a picture and put it up so you can see the design a bit more clearly. But I've got a bunch. How many squares have I got now? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all together. I've got 5 in, that's the Clotted Cream, isn't it? And then I've got 1 so far in the blue. I want to make 3 more blue, so I've got 9 squares altogether, and it'll be a 3x3 blanket, which should be a nice size for a baby blanket. And then I'll sort out how I want to join them, edge them, what sort of border I want. I might bring in another yarn. Actually, it's just a DK weightless, I think, isn't it? Yeah, Bambino's a DK. So I should have something else in my stash that'll go with, that's another DK, that I can use to join and to do the border. That shouldn't take me too long to finish, in theory. And now that I've had a good long break from it, I will feel like working on it again, because a problem that I have is that making the same thing over and over again gets boring. Even if it's quick and easy, it gets boring and I don't want to do it anymore. I have a feeling that's what happened with this, and that's why I got put away. But I'm really happy with the squares. I think the panels are my own design, inspired by others, but not by any one in particular, just by pictures that I found online. So once it's finished, I will obviously check that the panel works up properly. And actually, I think what I'll do when I'm making the last few is I will take proper notes and then also take proper notes about the joining method and the border, and then I can write it up as a proper pattern and get it tested and released, because that is something I want to do going forward. I was going to say do a lot more of. I haven't really done it at all. I've designed a few things, but I haven't written up the patterns for them. But I want to start doing that. I've got one in my head that I want to get written up and send out a tester call within the next week or 2. So keep an eye out for that. It's nothing this big. It's a much smaller, simpler thing. And it will possibly end up being a free pattern, that one. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, yes. Expect patterns from me in the future. It is something I want to do. I've got a few ideas in my head that will hopefully come to fruition. Watch this space. Yes, I'm really quite pleased that this is back in my active whips. I am. I'm looking forward to working on that and to getting it finished, and then potentially having a pattern design in the works. Right, what else am I telling you about? Stop talking while I'm leaning over there. It's not good. Spinning. Okay. Again, there are things I cannot show you because of the advent swap that I'm doing. I don't want to spoil anything for the recipient for that in case she does watch this. So I've spun more than I'm going to be showing you. Start off with giving you another look at this, which is the yarn to be included in the prize for the giveaway from last week's episode. Showed you at the beginning, but here it is again, all skeined up and ready to go. So this is 100% Manx Lagtan, Loaghtan. It's a breed of sheep, so it's 100% wool. This is a 20 gram mini skein, works out at about 85 yards, and is a DK weight. I am pretty pleased with it. For a fibre that I hadn't used before, I've spun wool, but not this particular type, particular sheep breed. It's worked out very springy. It's got quite a rustic feel to it. It's not the softest. But yeah, it's got good bounce, it's got good twist, it's sort of springy and delicious. Yeah, I'm happy with it, and hopefully Gillian will be happy with it too. Hi. Yeah, you'll have to let me know what it's like to work with when you get to it. Yeah, there we go. Not a lot to say really. There you go. Wool. So that is spin, in no particular order, spin number 1. did I show you? Did I show you the finished skein of the island, which was the May instalment of the Magical Worlds fibre? I don't think I did. Not going to show you it now though, because there's a whole separate video about it, which I have put up. It is up on my channel already, so you can go and watch that if you want to know about the island. So there we go, it's one less thing to show you. And then, talking of the Magical Worlds Fibre Club, which is being, it's a club produced by Laura, again, of Folk Yarn / The Lonely Knitter. It is her fibre club for 2025. This is the June fibre. This is called The Forest. I am loving it. Absolutely loving it. I'm doing a fractal spin with this one. This is just one of the singles. I am now on the third section and on the third bobbin, so hopefully I'll be able to apply it quite soon. But yeah, just the colours in that is lovely. And again, it's spinning up really nicely actually. I'm managing to get a pretty even thickness on this one without too much trouble. What's the fibre content? I can't remember now, but I have it all in my spinning journal. I need something different, this notebook, because I'm keeping samples of the yarn. This is getting really thick now and it's going to split the spine, so I need a better solution. The Forest is 100 grams white Shetland top, so 100% Shetland wool. Yeah, as long as I pre-draft, it's spinning up pretty evenly. There's the odd bit where it's a little bit thicker than I meant it to be, but it's doing all right. Again, I am doing a separate video on that, showing the process, as I am intending to do for all of the Magical World fibre. But yeah, I'll pop pictures up on Instagram once I've finished it as well, possibly partway through the process, I don't know. So watch this space for that one. Having a lot of fun. The colours are lovely. I cannot wait to see how it looks when it's when it's all plied together. There's another one that I've done, but I can't remember where I've put it, so I'll have to not show you. I don't know. What else I forgot to talk about? Right, one good, one bad. Start with the bad so I can end on a good note. I experimented. I'm glad I experimented, but it hasn't worked out very well. I thought I'd have a go at blending some fibre. It's something I do want to explore more. I want to be able to do my own blends. Partly because it's usually cheaper to buy 100% wool, for example, and then a bit of whatever you want to blend with it, than it is to buy a pre-made blend. Partly also because it means I can combine my own. Obviously I won't be dyeing, but I can buy things in specific colours and combine them to get the blended colour that I want rather than what's already out there. Also just because it's fun. But having done absolutely no research, absolutely no previous experimentation, I thought I'd go straight in, full hog, without really thinking about it. 50-50 blend of what is it? It's Suffolk wool and Tencel, which is plant-based. Fine, mixing animal-based and plant-based fibres works. Loads of people do it all the time. It's great. It always needs a lot more thought than I put into it because this is not. It's not completely unsuccessful. I have yarn. I have 50 grams of yarn that looks yarny. But because I didn't spend a lot of time, again, there's a separate video, you can see the utter failure in excruciating detail. I haven't put it up yet, but I will. Yeah, I didn't take enough time. I didn't think it through. And because of that, the fibres haven't actually blended very, very well, which means that when I came to spin it, they sort of separated again. So there are sections that are just wool, sections that are just the tencel, other bits where it kind of has blended, and I've ended up with a slightly stiff, crunchy, ropey kind of feeling yarn. It doesn't feel nice. It's lunchtime, Mr. Mix Rumbling, sorry. I will try and be quick and finish up. So yeah, I'm going to keep it. It will probably get used for something at some point, even if that something is actually being cut up and brushed out and carded and then being respun at some point in the future. Not saying that's definitely going to happen, but it is definitely a possibility because I don't like it. But I'll leave it sat in my stash for a while. I might come back to it and go, actually, that would be perfect for X thing. So we'll see. We'll see. On a much more successful front. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I started spinning this at my market. Thought I'd take my spinning machine with me, seeing as I am, trying to promote the fact that I spin hand spun yarn. I wanted people to see me spinning it, so I took my little machine and set myself up and got spinning. I didn't finish it there, didn't have time for that, but I got quite a bit done. I had a lot of lovely conversations with people about it, and this has ended up, it's just lovely. This is really, really lovely. Is that a 2 or a 3? I've done a 2 ply, I think, haven't I? I should probably look in my journal and then I'd know. In fact, never mind that label, which, it's good for me to have the label for reference, quick and easy reference, but let me find the actual page about it. Here we go. So the colour is called Dark Rose. The fibre is from the Threshing Barn, which I think has now closed down, unfortunately. I need to double check that though, because if they haven't, I will be buying more fibre from them, because everything I've had from them is so far. I've got more in my stash. Everything I've used so far that's from them has been really lovely. And it is 100% merino. I actually bought this at Yarndale last year. Oh, and it must be a 3 ply because I've put that it's I've chain plied it, so that'll make it a 3. I accidentally spun this in the opposite direction to how I usually spin. So if you don't spin, this won't make any sense, but if you do, I usually spin my singles with a Z twist and then ply with an S twist. I did this the other way around. Doesn't really matter. It will be interesting to see whether it makes a difference when I use it, because people say that it does. They say that one is better for crocheting and the other is better for knitting, but I can't remember which way around. So we will see. And I have ended up with about 80 grams. Well, I said 23, that can't be right. Just over 200 yards of a DK weight yarn, and yeah, I love it. It's soft and a little bit squishy. There were sort of 2 or 3 shades of the colour in the original fibre. I haven't really thought about colour management. I've just gone ahead and spun it because I was doing it in the market. I didn't want to have to think too much. I wanted to be able to concentrate on what was going on around me and having conversations with people. So I've just spun it without thinking about the colour. But you can, I hope, see, certainly can in real life, but there is just a little bit of colour variegation in there. I hope you can see it. It's just enough that it'll still look interesting, if you see what I mean, without it being just a flat colour, although it is a really, really gorgeous colour. I am, mostly spinning to sell these days because I've got so much yarn in my stash already, but this colour is so me, like there is no way that I'm not keeping this. So yeah, ending on a high note. I love this. It's beautiful. So there we go. Right, pack these away and then carry on. I think I'm nearly done. Okay, I have got a little bit of incoming to show you. I know I've got far too much yarn already. I don't need to buy any more. Laura, again, folk yarn and or the Lonely Knitter, depending on what she's doing. She was having a sale. It has been her birthday, I believe. So she had a birthday sale. That's her Lonely Knitter logo. I think all her hand dyed yarn is under Lonely Knitter. And she's got a specific, more specific yarn that's her own fibre blend, which is the folk yarn side. Either way. And then of course there's the East Anglia Yarn Festival. She does so much does Laura. This, I went through everything she had and thought I want to choose something, but let's look at the colours and see. I definitely made the right choice. This is from her Wicked inspired range of colours, and it's on her Luxe stock base, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. It's 4-ply, 100 grams is 425 metres, and this is unlimited. I'm not going to sing. I love the colours, absolutely love them. I've got 2 skeins, so I can make something lovely with it. Either I'll use them for a shawl, 200 grams, make a nice big shawl, or a shawl, it won't be enough on its own to make a top, but I have other yarn I could use with these, whether I used a plain black or grey or something like that, or whether I've got other coloured skeins in my stash that would go with. I've got plenty of yarn, I can find something. I can definitely find something. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it yet, but whatever it is, it will be beautiful, because I mean, just look, it is beautiful. So there we go, a little bit of incoming. And I just wanted to give you a quick sneak peek at my new batch of notions that I'm working on. These are not finished yet. I literally did the first stage of these last night, so I haven't even sanded them down yet. Certainly haven't got to glazing them or punching holes in them or anything like that. And this is just the beginnings of this month's collection. But I'm doing a snake theme. So I've got snake shapes. These will be stitch markers and or progress keepers. I've then got my sort of marble effect. Again, the holes haven't been punched yet. Marble effect buttons in 2 sizes. That's my, what size is that? A 2 centimetre? I think it might be 1.5. And then I've experimented, I don't know how well these will show, with teeny tiny buttons. Teeny tiny buttons. Maybe a centimetre, maybe less. I don't know, I'll have to measure them. But yeah, had a lot of fun yesterday cutting things out and blending clay colours, and I might again take some pictures of those to put them up on the screen, because I don't know how well they showed up then when I was showing them to you at all. But it's fun, and I've got some more clay on the way so that I can do some more of that kind of thing. I've got a snake print silk screen thing, bit of silk screen, so I can do some buttons and like shapes, circles and squares and stuff, stitch markers with the snake design on them. I'm thinking green background with silver, but we'll see what happens. Might do black and green, green with black, black with silver. What do you think? Green. I'm really liking green at the moment, can you tell? I think it's my sister's fault. Have I said this already? I'm going to be a bridesmaid for my sister. Actually, no, I'm going to talk about that now. I was going to leave it, but we're moving on to life update anyway. So I can't remember now if I mentioned this at the beginning of this video or if I'm remembering it because I told Kat about it this morning. I don't know if I mentioned last time. I don't know if she'd announced the engagement last time. I can't remember. My little sister Charlotte is getting married next year in May. Very, very happy. Her fiance, I can say now. Oh, he's just a gorgeous boy. I'll say boy. He's a fully grown man. He's just a gorgeous boy. They've been together for ages. They have a young child together, my little niece Ivy. He has a daughter already from a previous relationship who my sister gets on really well with, and as far as I know, they're all very happy. And yeah, getting married in May, and I've been asked to be one of the bridesmaids, which of course I've said yes to. I think I did say at the beginning, didn't I, that this is happening. Maybe not, I don't know, I don't remember. But yeah, it's the first time since I was about 8, 9, maybe a little bit older, maybe a bit younger, I don't remember, since I was a child anyway. The first time being a bridesmaid. Don't really remember it from back then, so it's all very exciting. And yeah, we are being allowed to choose our own dresses as long as they are a particular colour, of course, and the colour that has been chosen is dark green, so which I love anyway. Really dark foresty greens I love. I find it really hard to find clothes in that kind of colour, but I have had a look online at formal dresses, and there's quite a few out there at the moment, so that bodes well. But yeah, I think it's reminded me how much I like green. So I'm kind of embracing it at the moment. But yeah, it's exciting. I'm very, very happy. What else is going on in life? Summer holidays are looming. 2.5 weeks to go. Oh my god. Renovations on the house are looming. Been pushed back a little bit. Starting I think on the 4th of August now. So we'll have a couple of weeks of summer holidays without chaos ensuing. Many more than it usually does anyway. Obviously we need to pack a lot of things away and get rid of all the things that we don't actually use and find somewhere for the other things to live while the entire ground floor of the house pretty much is in a shambles. Eek. I have a feeling stress levels are going to be high for a while, but we will get through it and the end result will be amazing. I was going to tell you about Lindsay's birthday party. Not a lot to tell, except that it was a really, really lovely day. Lots of people there that I didn't know, but a couple of people who actually I didn't know they were going to be there. Haven't seen them in ages, but I do know them, and it was lovely to reconnect. I drank an awful lot of gin. Might have got a little bit obnoxious later on. Took over the music, which I don't think was to everybody's taste. But everyone was very nice about it. I think everybody had fun and we all had a good time. As far as I'm aware, Lindsay did, or at least she says she did, which is the main thing. And you know, I drank too much and I did have a hangover the next day, but I was alright. Just had a bad headache really, which it could have been a lot worse because it was a really hot, sticky, humid day. So yeah, I could have been a lot worse off afterwards. I did okay. Other things to talk about, the market, of course, was just after my last episode. It was a really quiet day. I think June's just a bit of a weird month for markets. I don't know if anybody else feels the same. But I've always struggled a bit in June. Even when I was just going to other people's markets rather than doing my own. So it was quiet, but it was a nice day. I think everybody had a good time. I know some people made actually some really good sales despite the quietness. I think that was the nice thing about it, is that not a huge number of people were coming in, but the ones who did come in really wanted to, if you see what I mean. And so they were coming in to buy things, or at least to look for things to buy. And so yeah, people still did alright. It wasn't the best, but it was okay. My next market now isn't until the end of September. I may have mentioned it once or twice. I do not enjoy summer. Hence the make along. And yes, I can't be doing with additional stress and dashing around and having to be out and about in the heat and the light and all of that. So I might do things differently next year, I don't know, but this year at least, no summer markets for me. The next one will be at the end of September, and then I've got September, October, November, December, so I will be plenty busy then. But they should all be good. I'm really looking forward to that whole run, actually. It should be really good. I'll pop all the dates down in the description for you, and there is a link. There'll be a link to the events page on my website as well, so if you are local-ish and have your own business and are interested in coming along, then you can check that out. I don't think my voice keeps going squeaky. I don't think there's a huge amount else to talk about. Mentioned that already. My next podcast episode will be on the 25th of July, all going well. That will be the first week of the school holidays. So yeah, that might be me escaping up here to talk to you so I don't have to deal with the child. We'll see, it'll be fine. It's only the first week, it'll be fine. Now that I haven't got all the market prep to be doing for the next few months, I'm hoping, despite the summer holidays and my rumbling stomach, to have a lot more time and energy for creative planning. I've got a few things I want to put together. I've mentioned about pattern designing already. I want to make that a thing. Have I mentioned before that I want to do a advent calendar of stitch markers and or buttons? That is hopefully going to be released for pre-order, obviously, very soon, so that I can get an idea of numbers and then get those made up for you. Need to stop saying oh, and I will also be updating my website. I'm not going to say too much about that now, but there are a couple of changes coming that I'm excited about. So I've done it again. Yeah, watch your space. Watch your space. Watch this space. I don't know whether I'll have that done by the next time I talk to you, or whether it will take a little longer. Noticing it now that I've mentioned it. But yeah, we'll see. Things will happen as they happen. And talking of things happening as they're happening, I'm going to go get some lunch, because apparently I'm very hungry. It is about an hour past my usual lunchtime, so yeah, usually I'd record pretty much first thing in the morning, but because I had my lovely friend come round, it's been a bit later today, and that is more than okay, because I have had a really lovely morning. I'm in a really good mood now. Yeah, cups of tea with friends, it's a great way to start the day. Highly recommend it. Right, I'm done. I'm going to stop babbling, get some lunch, crack on with the rest of my day. Thank you so very much for being here, whether you are... No, one last thing. I meant to do this at the beginning. I'm wearing crochet. Yay! I can't be bothered to stand up. But again, there is a project page that I think has some proper pictures on it. This is the Vanier V-neck. This is inspired by the Vanier V-neck tunic pattern. The stitch pattern is my own imagination. Just because I didn't like how the stitch pattern from the pattern looked with this yarn. But yeah, I'm happy with it. It's really light and breathable and comfortable and just lovely. And the yarn is Go Handmade, I think. It's a tencel and bamboo blend, so definitely a summer top, and I love it. Right, I'm really going. Thank you so much for being here, whether you're a newbie or you've been here for ages. I appreciate you so much. I still can't quite get my head around the fact that people actually watch me babbling on, and yeah, mostly messing up my words and forgetting what I'm going to say. But it's lovely. Please do let me know if you've been here. Put an emoji in the comments for me. What should we have? What have I talked about? I can't think of things that I've talked about now. Put a bee in the comments for me. A little bee emoji. Because it's summer and because I made a bee. Please do comment. I know it's a bit like, what do you say and all that. I get like that on other people's videos. Just say hello. Let me know what you're making, if you're making anything, or you know, what you get up to when you're watching these videos. Are you a crochet or other craft while you're watching kind of person? Are you a just watching kind of person? Do you clean the house while you've got it on? You know, what do you get up to? I'd love to hear from you. I really like to get chatting. So I know Gillian will. I'll be in touch about your prize, Gillian. And that's it. I'm babbling now. Thank you again. Hugely appreciate it. And I'll be back in a few weeks' time. There'll be other videos in between. All right. Goodbye and take care.